based on a true story. So anyway, one day heaven had reached its bandwidth. You know, it could only fit so many people because of the war in Ukraine, because of coronavirus, because of all these major catastrophes. So an angel had to come out to the pearly gates and he had to say, "Hey everyone, sorry, but we only have 3 more slots left in heaven today. You can come back tomorrow and we'll see if we can fit you in, but today we only have 3 slots left. So if you have a really good story about how you died, we'll let you in." So one guy came up and he said, "I've got a story for you. So I live on the 46th floor of my apartment building, okay? And every day for the last month, I've been getting back home from work and just little things have been missing. And I was confused about that because my door is also slightly open and I'm pretty sure I shut my door. I know when I shut my door. And so one day I go back and my 1940 Sunbeam Radiant toaster is gone. And I cannot describe to you how much I love this toaster. This toaster is my everything, and I have a heart problem. So it bugged me the wrong way. And so the next day, I decided that I was going to take an early lunch break, and I was going to drive home, and I was going to catch this guy if he came back, and I was going to find my 1948 Sunbeam Radiant toaster. So anyway, the next day, I take my early lunch break, I drive home during that lunch break, and I get back to my apartment building, and I walk up to the 46th floor, and I see that my door is open. I'm like, yes, this guy's here. I'm gonna catch him. So I go into my apartment building, and I'm like, where are you? I know you're in here. Give me back my toaster. Right? But I don't hear him at all. I don't hear any movement. I look around all 20 square feet, and I can't find anything. Like, he's just not there. And so I went out to my balcony in frustration, just to kind of sulk a bit because this guy got away again, and that's another day without my toaster. And then as I step out onto my balcony, I see 2 little hands. This is the guy. These are his hands. And this guy's yelling at me, and I'm like, no, give me my toaster. And so I start prying at his fingers and trying to pull him away. But this guy isn't letting go. He's not letting me grab his fingers. Right? So I take a moment. I calm myself. I'm still not really listening to what he's saying, because why would I? He stole my toaster. He doesn't deserve my time of day. So I just start stomping on his hands as hard as I can, and I'm destroying this guy's hands. But he's not letting go, and he's yelling, and I'm yelling, and there's chaos everywhere. But this guy refuses to let go. So I go inside to my apartment building. I go down the hallway. I go to the fire area. I grab a crowbar. I come back out to my balcony, and I just start laying into this dude with the crowbar. I'm hitting his fingers as hard as I can, and after 3 good whacks, he lets go. And I think, finally, I got him back for my toaster. But then I hear a sound, and I look down over my balcony, and he's landed in a tree. He landed in a tree, okay? This is not how justice works, and I can feel, like, my head veins are starting to bulge and stuff, so I go inside, I pick up my refrigerator, I lift it over my head, I take it out to my balcony, and I throw it over the balcony, down at him at the tree. And I died from a heart attack from all that exertion and all the stress. And so the angel says, wow, that's an amazing story. Here, come right on into heaven. And so then the angel says, we only have 2 more slots left in heaven. If anyone has a really good story on how they died, we will let you into heaven. And so a second guy walks up, and he's like, I've got a story for you. I live on the 47th floor of my apartment building, and I was just sitting on my balcony doing yoga, right? And I went to do downward dog, and all of a sudden I got stuck. My back froze up in downward dog position, so I tried to pop my way out of it, and then I fell over my balcony, and I thought I was going to die, but I caught onto my neighbor's balcony, and I was like, yes, this is why we do yoga, so we can grab onto things and survive. Right? But I wasn't strong enough to pull myself up, so I just thought I was going to die there. So I just resolved to hold on for as long as I could and see if anyone would come help me. But no one did. And then my next door neighbor, actually, he opened up his balcony, and then he started walking around, and I was like, hey, help me! But he started pulling at my fingers. He wasn't grabbing my arms, he was pulling at my fingers. Like, what is this guy doing? And so I was like, stop it, and he's yelling about his toaster and, like, how many different kinds of toast he could make. I didn't even know you can make more than one kind of toast. But apparently you can in this random freaking toaster. So this guy, he pauses for a minute, and I start, like, saying prayers. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to church again, like, this is a miracle, this guy's gonna save me. And then he starts stomping on my hands. And I'm like, what is wrong with you, dude? And he's still yelling about his toaster, and he can't think of a single other thing to say other than this stupid toaster, and he's about to kill me. But then he stops for a minute. He goes inside, and I think, okay, this guy's finally come to his senses. He's probably gone to grab a ladder or something, and he comes back out, and he says, surprise. And then I think that it's a good surprise, but he starts hitting my hand with a crowbar. He hits me 2 times, and then I decide I'm just going to let go. So that 3rd time, I just drop. You know, I'm gone. I start thinking I'm going to die, but I landed in a tree. I was like, oh, thank goodness. And at that point, I've decided that I must have like a special purpose in life. Like, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to stop doing yoga. I'm going to go do acts of service. But then I look up and I see a refrigerator falling out of the sky. And that's how I died. And the angel says, wow, that's an amazing story. Here, come right on into heaven. Here's the door. Go walk right in. And so the guy says, thank you. He walks inside. Then the angel says, we have 1 slot left in heaven. If anyone has a really good story, we'll let you in. And so a 3rd guy walks up. And he's kind of shady, right? He's got like a black bandana and stuff. And he just doesn't look like maybe he should be in heaven. But obviously he is somehow. And he says, I've got a story for you. Picture this. I'm hiding in a refrigerator. Based on a true story. The end.